Before the world learned how to break, before oceans knew their borders, and skies knew their height, God created three living limits, not gods, not demons, but forces so vast that creation itself had to make room for them. One was given the deep, one was given the sky, one was given the land, and the world survived, only because they were kept apart. The first warning came from the sea. Fishermen woke to still waters. No waves, no wind. Nets returned empty, not torn. Not heavy, just untouched, as if the sea had politely refused them. Whales fled toward shore. Coral cracked. Trenches groaned. Something older than oceans shifted. Deep beneath the surface, coiled around the foundations of the world. Leviathan opened his eyes. His body was endless. His scales were sealed tighter than any armor forged by heaven or earth. Fire and frost both recoiled from him. The pressure of the abyss was his resting breath. Once there had been two Leviathans, but God foresaw what would happen if they ever joined. The seas would multiply without limit, and the world would drown in excess. So one was slain. The survivor remained, alone in the deep circling sorrow like a second ocean. And now, for the first time since creation's youth, Leviathan rose, not in anger but in remembrance. At midday the light dimmed. Children looked up and shielded their eyes. Farmers froze in their fields. Clouds stopped moving. A shadow passed across the sun. Slow, deliberate, alive. Ziz spread his wings. He was the ruler of the sky, a bird so immense that his wingspan could cover nations. When he flew, the air bent around him. When he rested, mountains mistook him for the horizon. Storms gathered in his feathers. Lightning slept beneath his wings. Ziz saw everything. He had watched the first cities rise like sparks. He had watched empires collapse into dust. Nothing in the open sky escaped his sight. God made Ziz not to dominate, but to balance. If the heavens grew heavy, Ziz lifted them. If the wind raged too fiercely, Ziz calmed it. But when Leviathan stirred below, Ziz felt it in his bones. The sky itself held its breath. Far inland, in a valley untouched by walls or kings, the ground began to split. Trees fell outward. Hills folded. Rivers changed their course in fear. From the fractured earth rose Behemoth. He was the master of land, a beast of impossible strength. His muscles layered upon themselves like living fortresses. His bones were older than stone. His horns curved upward, not in submission but challenge. Behemoth fed on grass, yet entire plains vanished beneath his grazing. With each step the ground bowed. With each breath dust became wind. Lions fled from his shadow. He did not roar often, but when he did, mountains listened. Behemoth felt Leviathan through the roots of the world. The earth spoke to him, and it spoke only one word: awaken. Ancient knowledge, older than scripture, whispered a single truth. The world survives because the three do not gather. Sea, sky, and land, each ruled by one, each restrained by separation. If Leviathan surged onto land, if Ziz descended fully from the heavens, if Behemoth charged toward the sea, creation would tear itself apart trying to contain them. And yet, destiny does not ask permission. Leviathan rose higher than ever before. The sea split around him, revealing eyes that glowed like drowned stars. Behemoth reached the shore, the land cracking beneath his weight, the coast bending inward as if in surrender. Ziz descended, wings folding thunder into silence, blotting out the sky itself. For one eternal moment, the three faced one another. The oceans boiled, the sky curved, the earth screamed. The world stood on the edge of ending. Then God spoke, not in fire, not in storm, but in truth so heavy it silenced creation. You were not made to destroy. God said, you were made to define limits. Leviathan understood and stilled the sea. Ziz understood and folded his wings. Behemoth understood and lowered his horns. They were not weapons. They were boundaries. When the final age arrived, it did not come in chaos. Leviathan offered himself willingly. His flesh became sustenance. His scales became shelter. His light became warmth for those who endured. Behemoth lay down, and the land softened above him. From his body grew fields that never failed and soil that never betrayed. Ziz did not fall. He ascended higher than ever before, and from his wings came eternal shade, so no soul would ever again fear the vastness of the sky. The righteous did not feast in greed. They ate in understanding. They learned that strength without restraint is destruction, and that the greatest power is knowing when not to use it. The world did not end in fire. It ended in balance. Leviathan ruled the deep. Ziz ruled the sky. Behemoth ruled the land. And because none of them ruled everything, the world endured, this story moved you, like it, share it, and follow, so the balance is never forgotten.